channel. You can check out all 3 parts. Got a couple episodes there for my sports heads, man. You know what it is, man. When sports discussion becomes sports debates and so on and so on, man. So, we tend to discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly, everything and anything associated in the sports world. You know what I'm saying? We touch on this platform with your boy Big June, man. So it is what it is. And again, if you're new, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. So, a lot of athletes, in different sports, careers were cut short, tragically. You know what I'm saying? And, I tend to do a lot of shows and episodes on some of these athletes, man. And today's episode is nothing different. I'm going to get into him. It's a lot of detail. So it kind of reminds you of, slash ESPN slash Court TV. You feel me? Like some inside the lines type joint, but some street edition, hosted by your boy Big June, man. But, again, like I mentioned, man, the good, the bad, the ugly. This had the makings of everything. It started off good. It ended up bad. And ultimately, it got ugly. And I'm going to get into that. I'm going to give you a recap. I'm going to break it down, as best as possible. But without further ado, today's episode is of the late, great Miami Marlins pitcher, Jose Fernandez. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get straight to it, man. Born July 31st, 1992. Shares the same birthday as my son Andrew, man. In Santa Clara, Cuba. And he died September 25th, 2016, Miami Beach, Florida. Right? Affectionately known as El Nino to his teammates and fans due to his youthful exuberance in which he played. Right? He played his entire Major League Baseball career with the Miami Marlins. From 2013 till his death in 2016. Made his debut April 7th, 2013, and last appeared on the diamond on September 20th, 2016. Right? Compiling a record of 38 wins, 17 losses, with an ERA of 2.58, with 589 career strikeouts. A two-time All-Star, also was a National League Rookie of the Year, 2013. Fernandez made, see, this is where things start getting a little deep here, and I'm about to give you, basically his life story within a couple of minutes span. You feel me? Brace with me for all the errors and all that. Apologize in advance. Fernandez made 3 unsuccessful attempts at deflecting to the United States before finally succeeding in 2008. Enrolling in Braulio also High School in Tampa, Florida. Excuse me, I pronounced it wrong. Whatever. Was selected by the Miami Marlins in the first round in the 2011 Major League Baseball draft, right? Like I said, he made his debut as well as the All-Star game in the same year, 2013, right? While finishing third in the finishing third in the Cy Young voting. He underwent Tommy John surgery during the 2014 season and was back to form in his last season in 2016, when he was also named to his second All-Star game, right? Now, this is where things start getting a little more, moving away from the diamond, right? And we're going to get into the events that happened and led to ultimately to his death, right? Fernandez was the captain when he and 2 other men were killed in a pre-dawn boating crash in a jetty off the coast of Miami Beach on September 25th, 2016, right? A 32-foot boat was speeding at 9.8 millimeters, which is 58 knots, which translates to 65 miles per hour, right? Ultimately striking a government building cut by the North Rocks jetty off Miami Beach, right? U.S. Coast Guards found the boat, which was named Caught Looking, with a K, I guess for the K for, his signature move with his strikeouts, on the jetty near South Point Park, they found Jose Fernandez and two other men, Eduardo Rivero and Emilio Jesus Macias, dead on the scene. A Florida wildlife official confirmed that Fernandez had died from blunt impact of the crash. The commission reviewed the toxicology report from the medical examiner of the Miami-Dade County, but opted not to release the results. Right? But here comes ESPN. ESPN obtained the autopsy and the toxicology results on October 28th, 2016. According to ESPN, the report stated that Jose Fernandez had cocaine in his system and was legally drunk at the time of the crash. Right? The Miami Marlins canceled their game against the Atlanta Braves, with the shock, everybody's crying, everybody hurt. Teams around the league paid tribute with a league-wide moment of silence and displayed his number 16 jersey throughout the course of the day, right? The Miami Dolphins also observed a moment of silence before the Sunday football game against the Cleveland Browns. The next day, all players wore his jersey for the final time for that night's game against the New York Mets. The city of Miami and the Marlins held a public memorial and a funeral procession for Hernandez on September 28th, 2016. Right? His ashes were scattered at sea October 2nd. But we ain't stopping here because, it was a full investigation. And I'm about to get into what happened after that investigation was concluded. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was right or wrong, whether the timing of it was just crazy, but it gets crazier. Right? In a search warrant affidavit, Miami-Dade County authorities stated that a strong odor of alcohol was found on the three men, and that evidence indicated that the boat skipper, which was Jose Fernandez, was speeding and driving with recklessness that was exuberated with consumptions of alcohol. The toxicology results determined that cocaine and twice legal limit of alcohol were in Fernandez's system at the time of the death, right? In February of 2017, the families of Eduardo Rivero and Emilio Jesus Macias sued Fernandez's estate for $2 million each, claiming negligence and personal injury. The lawsuit was settled on July 31st, Fernandez's birthday, 2018, for an undisclosed sum, right? So basically, him and the families, the victims, they was able to work it out financially, right? Because you can't bring back the victims no matter what dollar sign you put next to it. But, as far as everything transpiring from ESPN leaking the toxicology and everything that was going on involved with the crash, just the timing of it, right? But we're going to keep going, right? On March 16th, 2017, the final investigation report confirmed that Fernandez was piloting the boat at the time of the crash in a reckless manner at an extremely high rate of speed in the darkness of the night in an area known for navigational hazards. So for whatever reason it was, he was basically playing with his life, right? This is how they're making it seem on this investigation. Hazardous basically is no good, right? Let's keep going. It concludes in the report by stating Fernandez was nearly double the legal limit of 0.081. His was 0.141. So the legal limit was 0.081. His was 0.141. Almost double, right? This is what the reports indicate, right? Okay. Now, even though he was dead and they ultimately couldn't charge him, these are some of the charges that they wanted to bring up or did bring up against Fernandez. Fernandez committed multiple crimes, including involuntary manslaughter, boating under the influence, vessel homicide, and reckless or careless operation of a vessel. Fernandez's family attorney challenged the findings of the final report, claiming that Fernandez was framed as the boat pilot and someone had spiked his alcoholic beverage with cocaine. Right? Now, shit is getting deep, lawsuits, criminal charges. It is what it is, man. This was an ugly situation, like I mentioned in the beginning, man. It went from good. He made his dream. He landed in American soil, became an all-star pitcher for the Miami Marlins, a millionaire. Life was cut down short, tragically, right? Now, how they always say, they kick a man while he's down, right? So this is basically what ESPN did by obtaining the toxicology and every other thing due to the investigation, right? But let me continue, right? Prior to the investigative report, there have been talks about honoring Fernandez with a statue and streets named after him and plaques throughout the city of Miami, right? Today, a plaque shows his jersey number 16 and birth and death dates in a black ribbon display outside of Lone Depot Park where the Miami Marlins play, right? Okay. Now, let's get back to the sport for a second, because I feel like I'm on court TV. As far as the baseball side was, when the Miami Marlins did decide to play and tribute and honor their fallen teammate and brother, Jose Fernandez, right? You can't make this up. D. Gordon, or D. Strange Gordon, how he goes now, led off the bottom of the first inning against Bartolo Colon and the New York Mets. I think he, took one pitch from one side of the bat, from the box, and then switched to the other side of the plate, right? And history was made. He had a solo shot leading off the bottom of the first. First game back. Everyone honoring Jose Fernandez. The emotions were running wild throughout the whole arena, throughout the whole stadium. Teammates crying, fans crying. Everyone, it was an emotional moment. Made more special knowing that they paid tribute to their brother. They also won the game. But that home run at that moment by D. Gordon, rounding the bases, tears streaming down his eyes, his teammates ready to smother and hug him by the dugout. The whole crowd going crazy. Even the Met players and the Met players in the dugout had to admire that moment. Had to really soak up that moment. It's crazy just knowing that everything I just read you, from the toxicology, the double limit on the alcohol, the cocaine finding, the lawsuits, 3 dead people, a dream shattered. Where did it all go wrong for Jose Fernandez? Obviously, we all know from that fatal night. But, no one will ever know what was actually going on and taking place on that boat, on that fatal night, on that fateful trip. Was Jose Fernandez under the influence, the way they put it on Black and White? Was he under the influence of cocaine as well as alcohol? Right? Because they saying that he was the captain, the pilot of the boat. So whether these 2 other guys, rest in peace, were under the influence or invited Jose Fernandez to partake into the activities they were doing. And this is not trying to slight them. So let me backtrack a second. You know what I mean? Was Jose Fernandez ultimately the ringleader and the pilot of everything that was going on that fatal night, including the drugs and alcohol? Right? No one will never know. Now, this is one of the craziest stories as you get into it. I mean, the lawsuit, settled out of court, undisclosed sum. The honoring, the home run, D. Gordon, all the emotions running wild from the fans to his teammates. I seen the video, Giancarlo Stanton, crying. A lot of fans, teammates embracing each other. It's not every day that you get a call saying one of your teammates, one of your brothers, had just died in a boating accident. Or just died, period, in general. As a father, as a man, as a human being, as a teammate, as a fan of the game. It was a sad day for Major League Baseball. And, whatever, again, everything more to say, because, they say, well, you can't go against what's on Black and White. So on Black and White, they said he was double the limit of alcohol, right? They said that there was found cocaine in his system. The lawyer tried to dispute the claim, saying that someone tampered and spiked his alcoholic beverage, and that's how he tested positive for cocaine. Again, not trying to judge him, persecute this man. It is what it is right now. That man, he can't speak for himself. None of those three men, neither of those three men can speak for themselves. God bless them. Condolences to every family involved in this horrific accident, right? And it's just like some of the things that I always discuss on this platform: the good, the bad, and the ugly. Everything and anything, I'm gonna touch on this right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this right here, like I mentioned earlier in the episode, started out good. A young man trying to chase his dream, found his dream, became an American citizen, or was about to become an American citizen, was playing out his American dream. As a young man, wanted to play ball. As a professional for the Miami Marlins. Becoming a millionaire, able to provide for his family in Cuba and in the United States. All came crashing on a fatal night, right? It's crazy when you think about it, man. When you come onto the sports, it ain't always about the numbers. It ain't always about the box score. I touch into the people that I get into a little personal, and some of these stories, man, they're all fascinating. It is unnerving. It's disturbing, some of the depressive, and it is what it is, man. But like I say on the moniker, man, don't punish the podcaster. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just relaying this for the guys who don't know exactly what transpired for Jose Fernandez. And again, if you're new to this channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna keep hitting you with these. I just dropped the Who's the Greatest Big Man. It was a trilogy part. Shout out to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for ultimately being voted as the greatest big man by your boy Big June. Sports Talk Podcast. I just love doing sports. I love talking about sports and everything associated with it, man. Again, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, follow, share, spread the message, man. It's a new podcast, new sports. We touch on certain things that other people want to talk about. So be on the lookout for the Derek Jeter. I know I keep saying it. It's Aaron Hernandez. It's Len Bias. The Splash Brothers. I got a CTE episode as well coming out. I got the Penn State Predator. A lot of these episodes that I touched on Anchor, on Spotify, through audio, I'm going to reenact it again. But this time you're going to see the face, you're going to see the rat, you're going to hear the raspy, and you're going to see the big nose and the big ears attached to it, man. It's your boy Big June. To all my family and friends out there in New York, stay safe, stay blessed, stay sharp, and stay alert with all this craziness that's going on in this world. And please, no drinking and driving. You know the moniker, you know the theme. Let's get home to our loved ones safe and sound for the holidays. Please, let's drink responsibly. Once again, if you're new to this channel,